would now like to tell you a story with a musical backtrack, as it were. This is a Zambian story. You can see in your programs it says the Olongalima tree, and we'll just let the story tell itself and listen for the wonderful little background that the ones and twos are going to provide for you on their instruments. I hope my voice will reach the back here. Once there was a great famine, and all the animals were very hungry. They met at the foot of the magic tree, which grew in the forest. The animals knew that if they called out a special magic word, the tree would grow fruit, but no one could remember the word, for it had been such a long time since the last famine. The lion said, "One of us must go to the mountain and ask the mountain spirit. She knows everything." The hare said,
"I'll go. I'm the fastest. I'll be there and back with the name before you pickle iron."
And off she ran. When she reached the mountain, she went to the cave where the mountain spirit lived. She stopped by the opening and called out,
"Mountain spirit, speak to me. Tell me the name of the magic tree."
and a booming voice called out,
"Olongalima."
The hare said,
"Of course, now I remember."
and she raced back to the forest as quickly as she could. But on the way, she ran slap into an enormous anthill. And the name fell right out of her head. The other animals were very cross. The buffalo said,
"I'll go. I'm the strongest. I'll be there and back with the name before you can say buttered baked bananas."
and off he galloped. When he reached the mountain spirit's cave, he called out,
"Mountain spirit, speak to me. Tell me the name of the magic tree."
and a great voice replied,
"Olongalima."
The buffalo shouted,
"That's it. Now I remember."
and started off at a gallop. But, oops, he too ran headfirst into the anthill. And when the buffalo got back, he had completely forgotten the name. The elephant said,
"I'll go. I have the longest memory. I'll be there and back with the name before you can say crispy, crunchy coconut."
and he set off for the mountain spirit's cave.
You better find a coconut.
When he got there, he called out,
"Mountain spirit, speak This time I'll go by myself. I'll be there and back with the name before you can say dash salad.
And off he went to the mountain spirit's cave. When he got there, he called out,
Mountain spirit, speak to me. Tell me the name of the magic tree.
and again the spirit replied. The lion said,
I will be the one who will get it right.
and set off home proudly with his nose in the air. Sadly, he didn't notice the anthill. The lion was so surprised, he completely forgot the name. The other animals were very sad. They knew that if they didn't eat very soon, they would die, but they were all too weak to attempt the journey to the mountain. And then suddenly, a small voice spoke up. It belonged to a tiny tortoise. No one had even noticed she was there. She said,
May I try?
the other animals said,
You're too small and slow.
but the little tortoise was determined to try. Off she went, counting each step along the way.
1, 2, 3.
At last she reached the cave and called out,
Mountain spirit, speak to me. Tell me the name of the magic tree.
and the spirit said, the tortoise repeated, and she set off back to the animals, saying the name over and over again with each slow, tiny step. She saw the anthill and carefully walked around it, still repeating the name as she went. And when she arrived at the magic tree, she called out,